Good evening, English class. Ben Parker here. It is 7 o'clock on Tuesday evening. I am conducting our final Module 9 discussion of self-reflection presentation. So, number one, describe your leadership skills. What are your strengths as a leader? My leadership skills are that I'm a confident person. I know that if I don't know the answer, I know where to get the answer, and I know that I am able to rally my team towards an objective. That may not mean that I know what the best way to complete the objective is, but I know that I can get my team together, coordinate, orchestrate, moderate ourselves to get there. So that is one of my skills. Your strengths as a leader is that I'm accountable. I'm honest, I'm blunt, straightforward, and I'm compassionate. So I think those are my strengths as a leader, both in combat and in the professional workplace. Number two, how do you feel about your ability to resolve conflict in the workplace? I feel I'm very strong at resolving conflict. Coming from the military, I was actually a peer mediator in junior high and high school, where I volunteered to take a class, and then they would, if they had kids that were having issues together, we'd bring us in, and me and another mediator, we'd sit down with a big binder. It's kind of like that Office episode about peer mediation. From school and then in the military, conflict resolution was a little bit different there. But now being in the civilian workforce, being a union manager, you do very good at resolving different kinds of conflicts with different solutions and different strategies. So I feel I have a strong ability to resolve conflict, both in the workplace and personally. Number three, describe your experiences working with a team in this course. What team building skills did you display through your English 222 team project? Group 2 was a great group to be a part of. I took on the team leader role, albeit a bit hesitantly. We had a real strong. The three other guys, we had good communication. We responded well to each other and to our critiques. I think that, as far as team building skills, we communicated. And we took care of each other too. There was one guy who was a little late, personal stuff, could only log on a couple times a week. I'm the same way sometimes too. And we, as a group, picked up the slack for both myself and for him. All right, number four, how would you describe your professional brand in 3 to 5 words? Rate your confidence level in communicating your professional brand, A, through traditional career marketing packages, and B, during an interview, and C, through digital storytelling. So, as a maintenance guy, my professional brand would be, if you don't schedule time for your equipment, well, here, how about this? Maintenance is money, and it makes money. So yes, maintenance costs money, but it also can make you money. If you don't schedule time for your equipment will schedule for you. So maintenance is best, and it saves you money, as well as makes money. So A, through a traditional career marketing packages, resume, cover letter. I've used the same resume format since I entered the civilian career, and I have been very successful with getting interviews, and I have been very successful during those interviews sticking to the honesty and the straightforwardness and the plainness of my resume. My resume is very simple. Each job I've had over time, 4 or 5 bullet points, highlighting key elements. I designed it to have questions like, hey, that's an interesting point. And then they ask questions, and I'm ready to answer questions about those things that I do, as well as other items that would possibly come up in an interview. It's always good to really research the company that you're applying to. And then C, through digital storytelling. This was my first time really seeing that digital storytelling presentation. I really enjoyed building that. I think that I would really struggle the first time doing one for a real job, but I know that I have the support of my family and peers from this class that would help. I could ping it off of and get editing and notes, but I think I could put together something that's pretty accurate and pretty convincing and pretty true to my professional brand. Number 5, describe your written communication strengths. Identify one area you would like to grow and improve. So my written communication is mostly in email and in memorandum format. I'm pretty strong. I'm pretty good at. I excel at responding to people and giving them concise and accurate information bluntly, shortly. It doesn't require a whole long-winded response on a lot of times. Sometimes if you're disagreeing with somebody, you have to tread a little lightly and kind of change how you word it with that. And I think I'm pretty good at recognizing those times where a blunt, straight answer versus treading a bit lighter to respectfully disagree with somebody and respectfully say, hey, I don't think that's the right way to do this. This is how I think we should do it. Or, hey, you're wrong, and this is why you're wrong, and we need to adjust and move forward. Definitely something that I need to improve and grow on is I struggle with spelling and grammar. I'm a spell check kid. Grew up when we still had those 5.5-inch floppy drives when Word first came out, and our teachers back then plopped us in front of the computers. And hey, when that green squiggly pops up, that's grammar. When that red squiggly pops up, that's I'm misspelling. So I'm pretty sure the 11-year-old back yonder there can spell better than me. Yep, she's working on the printer. Anyway, so it's actually neighbor. It's neighbor, right? Neighbor? Is it neighbor or neighborhood?
What are you talking
That I can't spell. That you can't spell.
Neighborhood.
Yeah, see, I can't spell neighborhood. We have a chalkboard in the kitchen. That's our favorite game is guess what word Ben can't spell. It's a lot of fun.
Neighborhood.
Thank you. So anyway, so that's definitely something I try though. I like the grammar. Grammarly is one of those things I've seen. I want to download that. Anyway, so I'm always working and trying to improve there. Number 6, describe your presentation strengths. Identify one area you like to continue to grow and improve. So I'm pretty comfortable in PowerPoint, and I'm pretty comfortable in Excel, creating pivot tables, making charts, that sort of thing. I'm pretty strong at speeches. I've given a lot of speeches over the years to some fairly large crowds, so I've gotten out of that. I think one of the challenges from a presentation strength is when I'm presenting something to a group, and then people start asking tough questions, or not necessarily challenging specifically with what I'm presenting, but maybe you've got some skeptics, and you're kind of have to be a little bit persuasive. I can get a little flustered and excitable, and that's something that I need to work on, and I've kept working on to just breathe, work through it. Part of the problem I have is someone asks me a question, I feel like I have to answer it right away, and sometimes you got to take just even 3 seconds in your head may feel like forever, but really it's just a time to formulate the correct answer without blurting something out foolishly. So that's something I need to grow and improve on. But as far as PowerPoints, stuff like that, small group presentations, that's pretty easy. Number 7, describe your visual communication strength. Identify one area you like to continue to grow and improve. So visual communication would be, I guess, back there to Excel, making pivot tables, charts, formatting, stuff like that, data analytics, and just transmitting bulk information through data. Pretty strong at that. Again, PowerPoint, pretty good at that. I would really like to improve in that Canva website that put out, because I struggled. Stuff like that, when it's kind of a fun, whimsical poster or something like that. That's something that I struggle with, and I definitely want to get better. And there's definitely ways that can be used in business to be very productive, without such a straightforward, just business-oriented, death by PowerPoint slides and look at my charts, my pie chart. So that's something that I'm going to grow on, making it a little bit more fun, use more white space, and less data-thick presentations. All right, number 8, what tools do you feel most confident about including in your 21st century business communication toolkit? Which tools do you consider your greatest strength? Which areas do you still want to work to improve? So what tools do I feel the most confident about including in my 21st century business communication toolkit? I really, a lot of the stuff that we learned in this class, I really enjoyed reading through the books, the different templates and formatting. You know, I learned a lot about the professionalism that, changing a few details on emails and how that formatting, the letter of transmittal, stuff like that. They really, I've started already applying that in my current communications, and it's just really, really broadened and I think made myself appear more professional. I like the digital storytelling thing. I think that's something that will come increasingly as more companies move towards lean analytics and project management based. And if you can tell a story, a story of your brand, a story of your product that way, not just you, but just, hey, this is my project that I had to do, or this is a lean group that I was leading. This is what we, found the waste and then how we improved it. Which tools do you consider your greatest strengths? I think my verbal presentation and my communications are my biggest strengths, and areas that I want to improve would be my visual communication. Is definitely where I want to improve, and can make less data saturated presentations and more lighthearted and easier to follow. Less boring. Be less boring, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. So that's really it. This has been a great class, a lot of fun. Group 2, you guys are the best, because the best lead the rest. So I'm sorry about the rest of the groups coming in second and third. That's okay. You guys are great too. No, I'm just kidding. Again, thank you for your time, and thanks for a great class. Bye bye.